Do you know how badass you have to be and how good you have to be over a sustained period of time that your nickname becomes your name and mother don't even know your real name?
Correct. I already know where you're going with this.
I don't think you do. And mine is a Hall of Famer, Champ Bailey. Like, I didn't even realize researching it that wasn't his name. I was like, wow, like that's a great nickname to be called Champ. And not only that, but he backed it up.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame career.
Yeah. And you wouldn't even know that's not his
And his name's Roland. Like... Okay, welcome back to another episode of the Think RBA podcast. It's your boy Ken, Hack, sir.
Okay,
welcome back. What's up? What's up?
Man, another week, another dollar.
Another day, another dollar.
Another day, another dollar. Another week, another episode.
Another week, another episode.
Yes,
We're back at it yet again.
Consistency is key.
Consistency.
As I say, right? Reps and consistency.
That's right. It was, see, even when you don't want to, like, it was a tough drive out here tonight. Like,
I know.
I could just stay home, not quite feeling 100%. Just stay at home, chill.
But like the hoodie says,
RBA.
Think RBA.
Think RBA. So we back at it.
Yes,
and
sir.
In the spirit of one of my favorite times of the year is coming up, which is Thanksgiving football Thursday.
I think it's like half of America's favorite time of the year, bro.
Just want to like
football.
Like for me personally, when I think of Thanksgiving, I think of football. Like they're equal to me, and so I always love that time of year. But instead of going the route of like talking about the greatest Thanksgiving game, we're gonna talk about that kind of stuff. But I wanted to have an interesting, maybe a fun conversation with you. And so we decided to talk off camera, and we don't know what each other has come up with, but
as always,
coming up with our top 5 NFL player nicknames.
Yeah.
And some nicknames have come out because of Thanksgiving games as well.
Right.
But definitely want to just have a little fun conversation and dive into some of the fun nicknames. And also, too, I mean, I don't know about your list, but I know my list has some parallels to connecting the game from in the past to the game today as well. So I try to put a little interesting twist on it.
Okay. I look forward to this conversation.
All right, so
what I'm wondering is who's going to color outside the lines the worst, I guess. You or me.
So, well, that brings up a great point. So the only real role that we put in was not to pick quote unquote the obvious.
Right.
So some that we
for example.
So I was going to say some that we disqualified immediately were like Prime Time.
Right.
Or Megatron.
Yeah. Beast mode,
you know,
right. Cheetah.
The refrigerator Perry, right. Just some of those, but there might be some that are borderline, like they're well known, but we still may have picked them. I know that I've got a couple that are not widely known. Okay, like definitely not to the casuals.
I think I got some too. I definitely, yeah.
I got a couple.
I know you're the football connoisseur, but I think I'm gonna get you today.
What, bro? Come on now.
We're gonna try.
We're
gonna try.
He says you're the football connoisseur, but how you gonna get me?
Just
bro?
Wait, man. Just wait.
My bag's too deep here. You
just wait.
You in my world now.
You
my world now,
your
son.
Boy? Come on now. How long you know me?
All right. Well, then let's go ahead. So with that, getting all that out of the way.
All right. No. I'm gonna let you start, bro. Come on now,
bro. Nah, you just were talking all that shit.
And you
go first. You go first.
All right. Let's start.
Let's start. You got your handy list. Let's go.
Got my little list here. And listen.
He said my little list.
Got my little handy, right? But here's what I did, though. Are you going to say something?
No.
Okay. So here's what I did. I went the route of trying to keep it more modern.
Okay.
Right. I didn't want to go too far back because certain genres can't relate to some of those far back ones. So, and I do have some of my far back ones, but I kept it more current, or tried to keep it more current. Let's just say that. So, and in no particular order, this is just my list, right? And I'm just going to go with whatever's top to bottom.
So these are your favorite.
Correct.
Okay.
These are my favorites.
Not the top. So like,
right. Exactly.
We always have to put this disclaimer out there before somebody's like, oh, they're ranking the top nick. No, like,
we're not doing that.
If we were ranking the top nicknames, everything would be
correct
up for grabs, and it would be a lot of the same stuff that you see everywhere else.
Exactly.
So we need to go to our personal, and there's a reason why we chose what we chose.
Exactly. Like, you know how we did the basketball version of, you had your Atlanta top Rushmores, right? Like, that's not everybody's. So same thing here. And I'm going to go with my first one is Run CMC. Christian McCaffrey, man. That's that throwback flavor with that current. Like, I love that. I love that connection of Run DMC for some of our younger folks who may not know. This is Run CMC. Christian McCaffrey is the man in the game. They were the men back then. Like, he's handling business. And this guy can run CMC. I like it. So
I like it, but so I got like two little comments. So one is, there was another player. Oh gosh, I don't know why I'm like blanking on the name.
Hey, man, you got a deep bag, bro.
Was it DeMarco Murray? But he was Run DMC.
Okay,
that was his nickname before. I wouldn't know before Christian McCaffrey. Okay. However, I would say Christian McCaffrey has been the more successful of the two players to earn that nickname. So I like the little flair and a little ode to hip hop, it was just recently, a couple months ago, the anniversary of hip hop, so I like the little Run CMC flair. That's I. All right, that's I. But
you calling Christian McCaffrey I, or his nickname?
I'm calling the nickname. The nickname I. He's killing them right now. He's killing the game. He was. I loved it today because he was destroying the Bucks, and they're in the division. So anytime the Bucks lose, it's a great day for a Falcons fan. Okay. So, all right, mine are in no particular order as well.
Okay,
but the one that I'm going to start with has significance to me.
Okay,
all right. When you get a nickname, right, you usually get that nickname, and that nickname is something that is created for you. But it's not your name.
True.
Right? So do you know how badass you have to be and how good you have to be over a sustained period of time that your nickname becomes your name and motherfuckers don't even know your real name?
Correct. I already know where you're going with this.
I don't think you do.
I don't?
I don't think you do.
Okay.
So there might be another one.
Sure.
And you're probably thinking more recent. But this is a little more throwback.
Okay.
And mine is a Hall of Famer, Champ Bailey.
Oh, that's right.
Champ Bailey.
That's right.
Like, I didn't even realize researching it that wasn't his name. Like, I didn't even realize it. So I was like, wow, like that's a great nickname to be called Champ. And not only that, but he backed it up.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame career.
Yeah. And you wouldn't even know that's not his name.
And his name's Roland. Like... But he's the champ, like I'm saying, like you got to be a bad motherfucker, for your nickname to be like that's what you're known as.
Yeah.
Right? Where did you think I was going with that?
No. We'll wait.
Okay. All right. We'll
wait.
We'll wait.
And so similar to that line, I'm glad you said that because I have my next couple that are going to be following that similar trend.
Okay.
And these guys are recent. They're recent. And I know I'm not a big football guy.
I think I know one.
I'm not a big football guy, but I do know that I was like, I know his parents didn't name that. But apparently they didn't. And so it follows that same thing you just mentioned. And my first one is Ahmed. Is that what it is?
I knew it.
Gardner. Sauce. Sauce Gardner. Like, I didn't know that was his name. And I'm probably messing his name up, so I apologize. But all I've heard is Sauce Gardner. That's all I know. Yeah. And so all the kids know too. No one goes Googles. Oh, well, let me see what his first name is, or is that his real name? I didn't think that his parents really named him Sauce, but again, you never know nowadays. So Sauce Gardner, like that. Okay.
So
and he's saucy. Man, he handled the business.
Sauce is a cold
and he smothers, them like sauce.
Yo, that's
right.
I mean, it's a cool nickname.
Yeah, that's a dope nickname. Cool, especially for what he's able to do in his position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. But I think for me, like it's the question. It's going to be the question of longevity because I think like anybody can get a cool nickname.
Right.
But like you got to back it up. I mean, so far has been good.
Yeah, that's true.
But you know, he's still on the Jets.
That's true.
The Jets are still the Jets.
But we'll see.
So, I mean, Revis was able to make a name for himself on the Jets and turn it into a Hall of Fame career, right? So, I almost went with Revis Island too. That was almost one of my. It's like how do you get like you get an entire island named after you? Like wide receivers don't want to go to Revis Island,
right?
They don't want to go to your nickname.
That's badass. That's badass.
That was an honorable mention for me, but I thought it was too common. That's why I didn't go with it.
Sure.
Because I thought maybe it's too common. But I think for Sauce, man, I mean, if he turns it into a Hall of Fame career and the Sauce, and then I mean, my God, the marketing opportunities that he's already had.
Imagine he can create his own sauce.
Continue to So okay,
you get that sub with that, Sauce Gardner. Give me that.
I mean, like he's endless opportunities, but it comes down to backing it up on the field on over a long period of time.
Correct.
Not just being a flash in the pan. No pun intended.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So my second, I'm just trying to think what order I want to go in. All right. I'm gonna switch my order up a little bit. So the next one this is another throwback. I don't even know if you're gonna know this one. This might be deep in the bag for you.
Okay.
But there was a player for the Kansas City Chiefs. He was a punt returner / wide receiver. Didn't do a whole lot as a receiver, but as a punt kick returner, electric. And he was nicknamed at the time the Human Joystick.
Oh, yeah.
You remember Dante Hall?
Yes.
Dante Hall, the Human Joystick.
That was a beautiful name. That's an amazing name.
The highlights of him, like the way he would accelerate, but be able to pull back, move laterally, like, and weave in and out of traffic, escape tackles. Like, bro is a magician out there. But like, it was like playing a video game.
So you know what that reminded me of? Tecmo Super Bowl. Have you played that?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm dating myself now. That if you had Bo Jackson,
it was.
That's all you need.
Yeah, but he was literally like out there on the field.
Right.
Running around playing like a human joystick.
Like a human joystick is awesome.
A human joystick.
That's an awesome name.
Like he was a video game player.
Right.
And there have been better kick returners and other players that have come through, but like, man, he was one of those players that if you put him back there, you don't kick to him. You can't. But they were. That's the crazy. Like, you don't want to, but they were.
Who was that kicker on, was it Denver or was it the Bears?
I think it was Denver, the one that you're thinking about that highlight when he took it back on him.
And he did it all the time. Like they wouldn't kick to him.
Oh yeah,
I can't remember his name now.
Yeah, there was a few like that, but like there were some that were like, nah, we're still gonna try.
No, the Bears, Devin Hester, right?
Oh, that was Hester.
You don't kick to Hester.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, he still,
right? He
still did his thing too, even though he didn't get kicked to all the time.
True.
But yeah, I mean, this guy, like, he was just, it was like an arcade game sometimes, just like a ping pong ball.
So they took a real human being and gave him a virtual nickname.
A virtual nickname, the human joystick. Virtual reality nickname. Like somebody was sitting there, like Atari style, like really, let's do a real throwback.
Right. That's right.
Atari style joystick. Controlling his movements because they weren't human.
Correct. They weren't human.
They weren't human like movements. The things that he was.
That's respect.
Like he was ahead of his time.
Yeah, that's
ahead of
his
time.
That's respect. That's a good name. I like that name. All right, so mine. This follows the same principles of the previous one and the one you mentioned as well, and this one hits close to me. That's why I like it a lot because it hits close to my youth when I was a young lad. A Ute. And this is, so let me tell you the first name. See if you may know it. I hope I get it right. Tyshun Daniel. No? Very recent. Currently playing top receiver. Tyshun.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Debo.
Yeah.
Debo. Right? Debo. I didn't know.
Debo, yeah.
Debo Daniel. And what I love about that name, Debo, like Friday, right? The movie Friday, that's my favorite movie. I grew up on that. Like Debo was that dude, Debo. Right? Like
Debo's that dude you don't mess with.
So now when you think Debo, like I'm sure the younger audience may not remember Friday like that, but my generation, like Friday was it's a cult classic. And Debo was that dude. Like you heard that doom, 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 doom. Right? That music is Debo for me. So this guy who has his name Debo Samuel, oh, okay. I want to see what he's about. And I don't know, like I hope he's able to, bring that level of fear in people's hearts. But yeah, I love that name, Debo.
The thing I love about Debo, man, is that on the field, like you don't want to mess with him. He's so valuable in a multiple of like different ways that they can use him, whether it's a running back, receiver, or whatever. But he's so built, like he's built and strong,
he's jacked,
fast, and like like it's crazy how these like Debo Samuels and DK Metcalfs, like these guys come out, they're like how can these guys be so big and strong and fast, all in one package? Like, usually you're like, if you're big and strong, you're not fast, or if you're like, you know what I mean?
But the new age athletes, man,
it's crazy. Yeah. So like if he's coming at me, like, do I want to? Like if I'm
but he's on offense,
right? If I'm like a DB who's like 190 pounds, right? Like, do I want to sit back and get rocked by Debo? Like, because he'll rock you.
So if
he'll lower his shoulder.
So question then: Debo versus Sauce.
See, Sauce is a bigger corner, so that's
okay. But he
tough.
Got that. Debo got that. Like you said,
yeah,
got that
but Sauce got that size too. Sauce is, that's what I'm saying. He's a bigger corner.
Okay, all right.
I mean, he's taller and he's a little more rangy. I don't know.
All right.
Sauce is he's good, man.
Okay. All right.
But it all depends. I mean, it's tough because the way that the 49ers scheme their guys open, like I don't know that Sauce could do anything about it, right? But if they were just like out on a random field, one-on-one route, I bet you they'd go back and forth.
Okay.
Right, like because they're both that good.
Like, and they both deservedly that nickname, Debo versus Sauce. But that'd be a great primetime watch.
Yeah. Oh, just to watch them out on a random field, one-on-one.
Okay.
Yeah, that would. I'd tune in.
Okay. All right, sir. Handing over to you.
So I'm gonna keep mine in the little bit in the past.
Okay.
But when we talk about, I think I mentioned this about the other guy, but this is even more so. There's a little theme going with my next two. Talking about being ahead of their time. My next one is Slash.
Slash. I've heard this name, but I don't know who it is. I can't recall. But
quarterback Cordell Stewart from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
When you talk about being ahead of your time when it comes to mobile black quarterbacks who can run, who can throw, who can like do, like he was basically Lamar Jackson of the mid to late 90s, early 2000s before they got Ben. He was what Lamar is now. Like he was doing this all these things that, look at, we got Lamar, who we got now, like Jalen Hurts and CJ Stroud, like all these different guys that we have in the league, Kyler Murray, all Justin Fields, all of them are mobile, all of them can throw, run, like that. This new age offense, I mean, he was like 3 decades behind his time, man. If you took prime Cordell Stewart, Slash, right? He was Slash because he could play quarterback, he could line up at receiver, he could run, like
versatile.
He could do everything. And if you put him into today's modern day offense, he'd be disgusting.
So let me ask you then, because when you said that, I thought of somebody else.
Who?
Michael Vick.
Yeah, but he didn't have that nickname. But he's
right.
He was ahead of his time.
What you're describing was Michael Vick before Lamar Jackson.
But Slash was before Michael Vick.
Right. So he was probably Michael Vick before.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. He
Michael
was.
Vick.
Yeah. He was. I'm telling you, he was just 3 decades behind.
Wow. Okay.
If he would have been just born 20 years later. And he would fit into today's modern.
You know who that also reminds me of? I'm gonna take it even further back. Remember Randall Cunningham?
Yeah. So he was after Randall.
Okay.
Right. But he did more because he would actually line up at receiver, and
right.
So he was a little bit different than even Vic too.
Okay.
Because Vic wasn't lining up at receiver going and catching routes either.
Okay.
Right. So but as he was Slash because he could do everything.
Slash, I like that.
He was so good, but just behind.
Sounds like a wrestling name.
He was just behind the times. The offenses, the league, they weren't ready for the athleticism that he brought.
Yeah.
But he was a monster. He was a monster. Okay. I had to go find some highlights to play with this clip in socials because he was a monster.
Okay.
Slash.
I'm going to go back and refresh my Cordell Stewart highlights.
You got to.
Okay. All right. Let me move on forward here real quick. And so you have this throwback list, apparently. That's what it seems like. You have a throwback theme here. I have the current with the throwback flavor theme, basically. Okay. Right? Run CMC, Debo.
Yep.
And I'm gonna stick with that.
Okay.
I'm gonna stick with that. And I'm gonna go with the Terminator.
Mm.
You know who that is? I'm assuming
is that Chase Young?
No.
Who is that?
No, Aaron Donald.
Oh, that's right.
The Terminator.
Mm.
So
no, Chase Young is the Predator.
He's the So there's another one, right?
Yeah. Another one.
Add that to there.
That's where I was going. That's where I was thinking the Terminator.
Yeah. So there you go. I'm Predator.
I don't know that I like that one for Aaron Donald. I don't know.
No? I don't know. I mean, listen, quarterbacks fear him, just like Sarah Connor feared the Terminator. Right? So
not Sarah Connor.
I'm gonna take myself.
Oh man!
I know you like. Come on now, Sarah Connor. We all know Sarah. It's Googleable.
Gen Z's like what?
It's Googleable. It's YouTubeable.
Sarah who?
Sarah Connor.
Terminator what?
What do I always say? Metal. What was it? He's like living tissue or metal endoskeleton.
Yeah,
that's what Aaron Donald's like, dude.
I mean, I can see it. Yeah,
and normally, like, he's one of those early on. You look at him and you wouldn't think that this guy would be any force, right? Undersized.
Mm-hmm.
What he turned into, like, that's respect. That's respect. Like, he brings fear in quarterbacks' hearts. Like, that's the Terminator. I don't want to be terminated by Aaron Donald.
I wonder if after he gets a sack, when he stands up and he looks down at the quarterback, he goes, I'll be back. That'd be
nice.
That'd be hilarious.
That would be hilarious. He can maybe do like a marketing thing around that. Like,
yeah.
Like, I'll be back.
Yeah.
Him and Arnold can get together and do a little.
I mean, there's potential there.
By the way, like, do you know like how much he benches? That's not human either.
So those are Terminator like.
Terminator type.
The bench numbers are Terminator like.
Because him and I don't know, there's one clip, I can't remember what it was. Him and DK Metcalf were going back and forth about it.
Yeah, I've seen that clip.
And DK was shocked with like how much this guy can bench.
Yeah.
So
they're
unreal. They're not human numbers.
I mean, he's a Terminator.
Yeah, it's Terminator.
Okay. So I'll continue my little throwback.
Sure.
Of people who are way ahead of their time.
Okay.
This one for different reasons though. A monster on the field, should be a Hall of Famer, but he's taken a nickname and he turned it into an entire brand.
Oh, I already know where you're going.
He has turned it into an entire brand and he's parlayed it into his second career after we just talked about life after sports.
Yep, I already know where you're going with this.
And he's parlayed it into this to where when you say it, even to casuals who don't even, even to people who don't watch football, I bet you that they know who you're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's Ocho Cinco.
Exactly.
Ocho
85.
Cinco.
85.
Yo, you know who he is.
Yeah.
And what
for our non-Spanish speaking, 85, Ocho 8, Cinco 5.
Yeah. So Chad Johnson, for those who might not, know who he is and living under a rock for some reason, I mean, he was ahead of his time.
Oh yeah.
When it was time to celebrate, and he came into the league like, listen, I'm gonna have fun.
I'm here to entertain.
I'm gonna have fun. And so as he was getting fined for all of his touchdown shenanigans and and antics and everything, I don't call them antics. I think antics has a negative connotation, but like. I say shenanigans because you can say it funny, like it's a joke. Right. But like he was just out there having fun. He's like, I'm gonna celebrate and I'm gonna entertain. and I'm gonna pay the fines, and that's fine. Like he had his money saved up before the season started to pay all the fines.
And he was
that were
smart
coming.
with his money.
Yes, he knew. Like the one interview I watched not too recently ago, but he said he used to piss the league off because he would FedEx his fine ahead of time.
Right.
Because he just knew it was going to happen. So he's like, I'm just FedExing it ahead of time, just let y'all know this is what's coming this weekend.
Correct.
But then, so he wanted, one game, he tried to put Ocho Cinco over his name, and they made him take it off.
Yep.
So at the end of the season, he said, all right, I'm going to go down to the courthouse, legally change my name to Ocho Cinco.
It sounds like...
Bruh. The commitment, commitment.
Yeah. I mean,
to the nickname, and then you take and parlay. I mean, just freaking genius, man.
It is. One of my favorite Ocho stories was where he would call, I think, his coach middle of the night and just say, "I'm open."
3 a.m.
Right?
Be like, "I'm open."
What I loved about Ocho, and you don't have to be a football fan for this. This guy was one of those coloring outside the line thinkers. Like he was always thinking different, always going against the grain, never conforming to the inside the box. He was always just I'm gonna do my own thing, I'm gonna do it my way. And he got hit for that, but he's never stopped doing it his way, even to date. Right, today he's still doing it his own way, and that's respect. And you don't even know for Cinco anymore. Now if you just say Ocho,
now it's just Ocho,
Ocho.
But see, the thing is too that like he was so smooth with the trash talk that it was always done in an entertaining, respectful way that you couldn't take it disrespectfully.
Right.
Like it would be so out there and asinine to where you can't get mad. Like he would literally send a package to the facility of the opposing DB.
He was
gonna be guarding him with Pepto-Bismol.
I saw that.
Like, how do you get mad at that? Like, if I were getting that, I would laugh so hard. Like, this guy's crazy. This guy.
Listen,
it's fun.
Any guy who's willing to go and go one mano y mano versus Ray Lewis,
bruh, not wired correctly, but it's great in a great way.
Right.
Great way.
And he admitted it off camera.
Then if you look at a lot of the NFL film stuff, that's the other thing, and it's why I have so much respect for him, is he's always telling other players, like, I love you.
Yes.
I love you. Like he tried to talk to the other team. One of the players trying to get him away. He's like, I'm just trying to tell him I love him. He's talking to the ref. Like, I love everybody. Like he always has that mindset of like, even if people are talking negatively about him, he still has love for him. He still loves them. He doesn't come from a place of hatred, which makes the shenanigans even more fun. Absolutely. Like, so again, just from a marketing perspective and everything, just he was not too far ahead of his time. I think a little bit ahead of his time. That the league wasn't ready. I think he would have probably more fun now. He'd still get some fines. Sure. But he would have had more fun if he was playing in today's game. Because they've given a little leeway. It's still the no fun league. But
he would always keep challenging the norms.
But he would be pushing the boundaries. Like, bro, you changed your name to your nickname. Hey, that's pushing boundaries.
It is.
Like, okay, you don't want me to wear Ocho Cinco? I'm gonna make it so that you have to let me wear Ocho Cinco.
Yeah, that's respect.
Like, what are you gonna do about that?
Nothing. Put Ocho Cinco on the back of his jersey.
That's all you can really do.
No, respect. Respect Ocho.
Yeah, shout out to Ocho, man. I love that dude.
So, you took one of mine.
Ocho?
Yeah, you took one of mine. So I'm gonna go with my backup. And this I got just because it was funny. I just love the it's hilarious. And I don't know if this player wants this name or pick this name for themselves or whatever the case is, but may have stuck. But I think it was hilarious. Just when I read it, I was like, oh my God, I got it. Right. And this is so there's two versions of this. Say Quads or Quadzilla. You know what I'm going with.
Oh, that
Right?
dude is.
He's a monster. He's a monster. Saquon Barkley.
Mm,
Right.
yeah.
Saquads. Those quads are.
Saquad Barkley.
Yeah, those quads are. Whew, tree trunk
He's built.
times
Talk
2.
about being built different.
Yeah, he's built different.
Like,
This man's built different. And this man is he might be the offense of that squad.
they have an offense?
He is the offense. That's it. He's the only option.
Actually, they did beat the Commanders today.
They did.
Surprisingly.
They did. But, you know.
And he had a nice
Yeah, he had a good performance.
nice little performance.
Yeah.
But caught a touchdown pass. Like,
Yeah,
okay.
so you know.
Okay, Saquad. I hadn't heard the Quadzilla one.
Yeah.
But I've heard the
Okay.
Saquad
So-
or Quads.
So you're welcome.
So I stole your Ocho Cinco.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, if you,
I mean,
had-
you have to go with it.
you have to throw your, New York Giants little flair into there.
Sure,
That's fine.
sure.
You know, deep down you're a Giants fan. It's okay.
Sure.
Even though you're not a hardcore fan like I am.
You anointed me a Giants fan, so that's fine. I'll go with it.
Bruh, your fantasy name is Parley G Giants.
No. It's part of the GI Ants.
It's at least got the Giants in there.
but you got, because you anointed me that because I'm from the area. As long as it's not the Jets, I'm good.
I mean, that's your only other choice.
Correct. So, you know.
If you were a little further south, you might have been able to make Philly work.
Yeah, nah.
But you
I'm
weren't
good.
south
No,
enough,
I'm
right?
good. I'm good.
How far away from Trenton were you?
Well, Trenton is a bit away from
Where you were?
Philly.
I know,
So-
but Trenton is like,
I would say I'm a good like about 45 hour.
yeah, you're too far away.
Yeah. I'm in the.
Because it's like
I'm more near the.
It's like a little bit below Trenton and down.
So in Jersey, you are categorized by the turnpike exit that you live near, or
Right.
that you take. If in case anybody didn't know that, that's how Jersey folks represent themselves.
Yeah, you got to look at like 2 to 5, and then
Right.
there's like a 6,
Correct.
and then there's 8.
There's an A that comes in
the
there.
8 once you get to the 8A.
Oh, then you're northbound.
correct.
Then it's
right,
all northbound.
Right. Then it's
Yeah.
all northbound.
Right. So
because it used to be that's where 8A. That's where it opened up.
correct.
Now
Correct.
they've since added to it, so there's more
Yeah.
lanes. But yeah, 8A was the one. Man, it's been making up trips. Be like,
Some
did I hit-
throwback memories.
like I would 2 through 5
Oh,
or 2 through 6. Painful.
that's why we had the alternate
Painful.
route that we insiders knew. Yeah.
And 2 through 6 were painful.
They are
But
painful.
Once I hit 8,
Then it's like breathing room and
smooth sailing.
Yes, sir. So go ahead.
So that was your 5th.
That's my 5th. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with my 5th,
Sure.
and you might call me a little bit of a homer.
Hmm.
That's fine.
Oh, I know where you're going with this. I already know it. I already know where it is.
He's already shaking his head in
Already know it.
disgust.
I already know it.
Listen, man.
But I expect that though, and you should rep that.
I mean,
Yeah.
you should expect it.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I should rep it, but you should expect it. But I'm not just gonna come with the nickname. Why I think it's good. I'm gonna give you the mic drop stat behind it.
Okay.
So obviously, I have to go with my guy, Matty Ice.
Matty Ice.
Matty Ice.
Matt Ryan.
And for casuals, they might think
The Colts.
Matty Ice, like not even the Colts, but like everybody just associates the Falcons with blowing leads and doing all this. Like, what do you mean he's
they're
Matty
ice cold all the time.
No, that's not quite it.
That's
not
what it means?
quite
Okay.
it.
Educate us.
So he got the nickname, especially because when he first came in as a rookie, he was slinging that thing around.
He was.
And we were finding ourselves coming back and winning a lot of games.
So you had Julio back then. Prime Julio.
No, but this is before Julio.
Oh, before Julio. Okay.
Yeah, this is when it was just Roddy.
Okay.
Okay. And we were winning a lot of games, coming back and winning in the fourth quarter, and he wasn't phased.
So the opposite of what happens now.
See, I knew I wasn't going to be able to get through this. I couldn't get through this one monologue. Skip. Remember when Shannon
Shannon
couldn't get through this one?
Yep.
Could I just do my monologue skip without you interrupting me? Damn. No, I knew I wasn't going to get through this monologue without any.
You know I got to throw
without any comments.
Give me a little Giants jab.
Yeah. Yeah, because y'all have had so much success. But
Hey, we have a Super Bowl that y'all don't.
Yeah. No, I mean that's fine. Yeah, y'all
or
locked
we
into
have more than one.
y'all locked into a couple Super Bowls. Yeah.
Couple.
So anyway,
catch it.
Anyway, so he was not only at one point, but what people don't realize is he's one of the best ever.
Ever?
At comebacks.
Ooh, that's a bold statement.
So
ever.
So he was getting. So that's what he got. He got it early on because he was so cool under pressure. Like the game that like for me sticks into my mind is rookie year. We were down to the Bears. I forget. It was like we were less than a field goal or tied. Maybe it was we were only down like one or 2 points. I forget what it was. All I know is there was like 21 seconds left, and he hit 2 clutch passes on the sidelines, fucking dots. And I'm gonna turn this into a clip, and you're gonna see the passes. I'm gonna add the clips in.
Okay.
Dots. Boom, boom.
Who's the receiver?
The receiver that caught the last, I forget who caught the first one. The second one was Michael Jenkins. He caught it, toe tap, 1 second left.
Wow.
Brought in kicker, Money Matt, down, won the game. Fourth quarter comeback.
Okay.
Ice in it, like he had ice in his veins, cool under pressure. That's where the nickname came from.
Just one game?
And no, that's just one that I said sticks out in my mind.
Got it.
From his there was a bunch of them. So obviously it led up to this. And then there's Rich Eisen who tried to give him the nickname the Match-Roll. But it just didn't stick around. But he tried it for years and he didn't give it up.
Yeah.
And even Matt was like,
Matty Ice.
I don't know. It was always
colder,
Matty Ice.
Much colder, no pun intended.
Much colder.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it's not something you think about the Falcons in fourth quarter comebacks. But I'm just gonna say that all time NFL history.
Wow.
The history of the National Football League.
That's
he is number 4 all time in fourth quarter comebacks.
Fourth quarter comebacks.
Behind, I think it's Brady, Roethlisberger, and either Manning, and I think he's ahead of Drew Brees, or it might be flipped. Okay. But like he's number 4.
Wow.
All time in fourth quarter comebacks.
Wow. What I'm wondering is for what span of his career?
His entire career.
His entire Atlanta Falcons career.
No, his entire career. But it's still the majority of them where he only played 5 or 6 games without the Falcons.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So yeah.
Interesting.
So and it's crazy to think like
known fact.
It's crazy to think how many of those games that we lost in the latter part of his career had we won, he might be first all time.
Well,
it's crazy.
Well, it's.
I mean, it's one of those what ifs, right? But still, like it's just if somebody were to ask you who's the top 5 all time quarterbacks in fourth quarter comebacks, you're not going to put him in there. No casual fan is putting him in there. So you talk about somebody who earned his nickname.
Yeah, no, that's
talking about. Hey, the numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie.
The numbers don't lie. Shout out to Matty Ice. That's my guy.
But recent memory does.
No, but numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie.
Hey, all I know is that we beat the guy you lost to. So
this guy.
I'm gonna go with I want to go with one honorable mention. My sixth man, call it.
Okay.
And this is similar to the one you mentioned earlier, where somebody took their personality and just blew it into I wouldn't even say career, but like a legacy. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna give you the first part of this name, and then see if you can figure it out who it is.
Okay.
And this guy is I don't know if you want to call him a pioneer, but he definitely paved a way and lane for himself that was wow. Like, and now you know him. You know him as that nickname, but before he got that nickname, he had another one. So let me give you the first one. This nickname is the Shapeshifter. No?
No.
Trust me, when I say the second
Nothing's coming to mind.
When I say
the
second one, you're going to know exactly who I'm talking about.
Okay.
The Shapeshifter, nothing.
Nothing.
At all. Okay. If I give you position, will that help? No? Okay. The tight end? No? Retired? Hall of Famer?
Shapeshifter? I don't know.
The Shapeshifter.
I might have to go look this one up. I don't know if I've heard that one.
I got him. But the second part of it post-career is known as Unk.
Oh.
Yeah,
I mean,
Unk.
I know. I never heard the shapeshifter.
I know. I didn't either. When I was doing my research, the shapeshifter.
Well, that one clearly didn't catch on.
It's Googleable. No, I'm glad it didn't.
It's Googleable out there, but yeah, no.
But Unk is it's Unk.
I mean,
Unk, Shannon Sharp, in case you don't know who I'm speaking of.
If somebody doesn't know who Unk is,
Who you
they shouldn't be watching.
You just imitated.
Right, like they shouldn't be watching.
Right.
We got both Unk and Ocho on the...
Yes,
okay.
we have to.
Yeah.
We have to.
No, we do.
Yeah, so... any honorable mentions for you?
So I do actually,
Okay.
and I had debated this one because I wasn't sure if it would be too common, but it's another throwback. I was just in the throwback kind of mood.
Mm-hmm.
Jerome, the bus.
Oh yeah,
Bettis, bro. Like,
come on now.
So when you're like, first of all, he literally broke the mold, literally and figuratively broke the mold.
Yeah.
When it came to what a running back should look like. Yeah. Like he didn't even look like what a fullback should look like.
What did he look like? What was he?
Unconventional. He looked like a bus, a little small bus.
What position would you put him at?
Not running back.
Not running.
If he were if I were coaching, like I would be like, this okay. Maybe he's like a short guard or something. I don't know. Maybe. Center, like I don't know. But that would be judging a book
by its cover.
Yeah. Dude was a monster. He was a bus. Like, and just carrying and dragging people along into the end zone.
Correct. Get on the
Picking
bus.
up bodies as he went. Yep. Get on the bus and march that bus all the way to Canton. Yeah. The thing I love too about it is about his story is he went out in the best way. Because he went out winning a Super Bowl and he won that Super Bowl in his hometown of Detroit. Oh.
There's no better way to finish it. That's a storybook. Boom.
Finish his career. Yeah. Head out 5 years later. Boom. In Canton. Like. Oh, yeah. No. That's the bus, man. Yeah.
I mean, that's a Hollywood story. Like, that's a movie script that you get. And the hero would end their career like this.
But that's a great nickname.
That's yes.
Especially for someone who's built like that in an unconventional.
And he proved it.
Right. And it wasn't like the refrigerator who occasionally played running back. Like he was every down back. Right. Like
he was dependable. He was durable.
Bruh. Like nobody stopped him at the goal line.
Right. Like the bus that takes your kids to school every day. It's dependable.
I'm going to pick you up and take you to school. And drop you off in the end zone.
And you know it's going to get to its destination.
He's going to drop you off in its end zone.
Exactly.
And then go look for more victims. Students.
He's going to take baby football just to the end zone. Just every time. And take carriers with him. Yeah. Who wants to get on this ride? Yeah. No, that's a great.
Might even use his turn signals. Correct. I mean, but no, he was a monster. So I like the bus. The bus is a good one. Yeah.
Can I throw some names at you real quick? Sure. Just to see if you can figure this out?
Oh, boy.
Since you're the
we go.
Connoisseur here.
I know. And watch me go over everything.
Ronald Ocean. Boomin
is oh my God, who was that? That was AB.
Mr. Big Chest.
Right? Am I right? The Boomin was
Mr. Big Chest.
Mr. Big Chest.
Himothy.
I only know Butler from the NBA.
Tony
Himmy Butler.
Right. No.
When that picked up.
Tony Totep. No? That one I actually knew.
Tony Totep.
Yeah.
Tony. Is that a throwback one?
No.
That's a today?
So let me throw some content behind this. Ronald Ocean, 2016. Boomin, 2017. Tony Totep, 2017. Mr. Big Chest, 2019. Himothy, 2020. See the trend here? The pattern? No? It's the same guy.
Is it all AB?
It's all AB.
Oh, my God. Well, that explains a lot.
But I can't.
Yeah, that's fine. No, I know. I mean, the booming business is booming.
Right. But
I've
the other
never heard
Ronald Ocean, Mr. Big Chest, like Tony Totep. I knew. I heard that one.
He was on the good
Himothy
stuff.
was new to me.
No, he was on the good stuff.
Yeah. So whatever that stuff is. So sir, that's all I got for my list.
Okay.
I'm at the end of my list.
Well, I'm definitely interested to see with some of the viewers who are some of the best nicknames that they feel are out there.
Yeah.
But I'm going to encourage
the obvious ones.
So I was about to get there. I was going to say, I encourage to think outside of the box, right? And find ones that have meaning to them and not just like, oh, Megatron, because he was built like Megatron. I mean,
that's an uncontested like.
Yeah, we don't do uncontested layups here.
Correct.
Right. we need contested layups where you can actually that one's not so well known, or there's some deeper connection.
Or I learned something new today.
Yeah.
Right. Like Himothy.
I didn't learn anything.
The shapeshifter? You learned that. That's new.
I'm going to try to unlearn the shapeshifter. Because that one is no, not at all.
Did you know? No, I'm not even going to say it. Go ahead.
No, please. Bless
No.
All right. We'll save that one for the outtakes.
Yeah.
All right. But with that, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to follow, like, subscribe. Until next time, peace.
Think RBA. Peace.